I guess let's call the meeting to order. It looks like it's 6 or 6:01.
Roll call. David.
Here.
Don.
Here.
Marge.
Here.
John.
Here.
Jennifer.
Here.
Council Representative Maureen Stauffer.
Here. Okay. Did everyone get a chance to see the minutes from January 7th?
Yes. I looked over them and didn't see any issues. Did anybody else?
I didn't.
There was one thing actually. Hold on, let me think what it was here. It was on the lookalike house cases with Pulte Homes.
Yeah.
There were two houses that were similar. And one of the things we had mentioned was possible color change.
Yeah.
Only the column shape change made the minutes, but we also said that we would accept something like a color change, a different color siding or a different color stone or brick.
Yeah, we did make a note, I think, to ask him to check with them if they would take another color, even though he said that they worked hard coming up with that color.
Right.
But
and we said that we would, being that it's Twinsburg, it seems kind of ironic to say we won't accept two houses that look alike.
yeah.
But I think that the homeowners should be making that decision and, not be finding out after they build their house that somebody else built the exact same house around the corner. So,
I think he had commented he was going to let them know it was another house with the same color. I'm surprised they didn't let them know right off the bat that somebody else has that color with that same house plan. But
Yeah, I agree.
so should we amend that on there then? Just make a.
yeah, can we just make that amendment, that note that we had talked about color change?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Otherwise, I would make a motion to approve the minutes as noted.
I'll second it.
Roll call. Jennifer.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
David.
Yes.
Don.
Yes.
And Marge.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Do you have anyone on the line who is not one of the case numbers?
I do have one. I'll write a comment in there. I'm not sure which case Dustin James would be here for, but your first case is an attendee. I'll let him in.
Okay. If there's somebody who wanted to speak to the board who doesn't have a case number, now would be the time in the agenda.
There's actually they use a pre-registration for that, so I'd have that
Okay.
already. So we didn't have anybody sign up.
Okay. So then we can move on to the first case, which is 1765 West Idlewood.
Michael, you should have an unmute request. We can't hear you.
There you go. How's that?
That's better.
Okay.
I'm looking over the drawings at the moment. Is anyone else able to pull them up and see?
Yeah, I could see, man. So I see a rendering. What is this? An addition or?
Yes, it's a 3-season edition.
Okay, so it's a nice rendering. You don't get that too often.
It's a sunroom, right?
Correct.
I'm assuming the roof's matching, the siding's matching, all the trims painted
Correct.
to match the house.
Yep.
Looks like it's what, 7 feet by 20 feet.
Correct.
Now the pool's not there right now, or will there be a pool, or?
No pool. I don't know.
Because the rendering shows a pool, but
In the back
no,
of the house.
That's
That's in the back of the house.
that's just an example of what the structure is going to look like.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry, that's just a picture I had on file.
Okay, so that's just a stock example photo, but this one doesn't have sliding doors and brick steps on the front of it.
Correct. It's just a sunroom at just above grade. It's a concrete footed slab.
okay.
From the one drawing, is it going to be a shed roof type?
Correct.
And just
So-
tie it into the existing face of the house, back wall.
You have a photo of a massing that comes out the back of the house, I believe, with a window on it, and you show the roof. Would we be tucking in underneath the eave and the gutter on that, or,
Yes.
okay, so it's
Yeah.
not crossing over at where the yellow line is showing?
No, the window won't be crossed over.
Well, what the eve of the house, what about it? Because the yellow line kind of crosses above and below.
We're going to cut that off as necessary to alleviate the problem because they have two gables right next to each other up there. There's a roof problem up between the two. So we're going to cut that off and address that issue at the same time.
That's what I'm concerned about, right, is how that's being addressed. Because that's an odd detail to have.
Yeah, we're
this
cutting
roof-
that off. We're going to have to take some shingles off and probably rebuild up the side there because I don't know how, it's not a way that it should have been built, two gables side by side. But she has some issues there and we're going to address those as we build it.
So you may be having to cut back the roof some
The overhang, correct.
and re-slope a little bit or rework it.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead, sorry, go ahead, Marge.
I might not have the complete drawing. Is there a sliding glass door or an exit door out of that sunroom?
Yes, it's on the 7-foot end, which would be, I believe that's east facing in the drawing.
Yeah, it shows on the sort of hand sketch elevation on the side, on the end. Because one 7-foot side butts up against the house and then the
Correct.
other.
Basically
it's open.
two-sided.
My thoughts are I'm okay with the elevations of it. I'm concerned with how these roofs are all coming together. You'll
Yeah,
have-
I would wonder about that too. One thing though with it, I don't know if that's something that an inspection takes care of by the city when they go out there and to make sure.
Yes, that's whether they'll be inspecting that when we cut into it and start building it.
Yeah, because I mean, the fact that it's in the rear and most of it's really not going to be seen, I wouldn't think from the street anyway, if any of it is visible. You know, as long as that condition is handled well, which,
Yeah. I have to do that because I'm guaranteeing this for 50 years. That's what my manufacturer does. So we will address that to last that 50 years also.
yeah, okay. Hey, maybe we should handle this and make a motion to approve it as noted, just with the note that, you know, the city will need to look at that roof condition once it's built to make sure it looks good? I mean, does it,
Well, I think we need to see what is happening with the roof condition, because we have elevation that shows it coming in underneath the roof. And then we have the images and description that it would be cutting, through that eave as it goes by. And I can see a saddle on the one elevation, showing a redirection of roof there. So I just don't feel like we have I don't know if you have an understanding of what you're encountering until you bring your kit in and you're trying to cut it and make it fit. I don't know.
It's not cut and make it fit. We just have to address that issue when we get to it. It's whatever it's gonna take to fix the problem now, because it is leaking there now, so we have to address that.
Are you going in completely underneath that eave and then just doing that eave as a repair, or do you believe you are cutting through?
I think I'm gonna need to get up into that eave to fix the problem, because it wasn't built right in the first place. So I'm gonna have to cut into that, tear the shingles off, get some ice and water up on that saddle, possibly rebuild that saddle.
Yeah, I don't know how you draw a saddle anyways on a print that anyone can understand it, but it's just a repair. You're saying it's not going to change anything.
No, it's not gonna change.
Not drastically change it.
No, it's just making a good product for the customer.
Okay.
Well, I agree with Jennifer that as they inspect it, they should make sure that that's cut in properly and fixed properly. And then if it's not, then I would say they'd have to come back to the board and show exactly what they're going to do. Does that sound plausible?
That wasn't me, that was David.
that was me that said that.
Oh, David, I'm sorry. I thought that was Jen.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's generally what your inspectors do. They're gonna look at everything we do.
Yeah, I would be more concerned about it if it was on the front of the house, where it would be seen, but back there, with working a saddle, even though it may look a little funny or a little strange with the way it's put together. I don't know if it's really going to hurt much. It's kind of tucked back up in there.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay.
There's something odd about what we're being presented here.
Yeah, well, I know the
roof-
elevation shows it fully underneath the eave.
Your roof lines on your front elevation and your side elevation don't match. I mean, I see your 7-foot elevation shows you have a shed roof, a single sloping.
Correct. Mhm.
Then your 20-foot elevation, is it showing the gable is beyond?
That front foot is the 7-foot number is the front that you see on the side elevation, and then 8'6" is where the overhang is.
Okay, and so when I look at your elevation, I'm seeing a gable beyond that is the higher peak. And your shed roof is coming off of where the gutter line is. Well, there's not actually a gutter, well, up to approximately where it is when it returns the corner. Okay.
On the right side, there is a gutter line, but there's no gutter line on the.
Right, on the gable side, yeah. That's just trim turning, okay. Sorry, my drawings are sideways and I'm not seeing how to rotate them. That's why I'm looking at everything like a dog's, yes.
Yeah.
My drawings are sideways and I have not figured out where the rotate is on these.
Yeah, I went through the same thing.
So I
don't know how to rotate it.
Yeah, I got mine rotated, but there's just in my toolbar, I've got a rotate button. But I had to, years ago, go in and build that toolbar kind of independently from little commands. So it wasn't like there was automatically a rotate there.
Yeah, I don't seem to have one on my screen right now, but I Gonna have to just rotate my brain.
Yeah. Well, I'll go ahead and make a motion then that we approve it as noted in the note, being that the saddle and the roof condition, where the shed roof meets the existing house, that condition needs to make sure it works appropriately, and that the city at inspection time will have to just make a note that they take notice of it and check it out. And have faith in the contractor that he can work it out properly and in a fairly aesthetically pleasing way.
Right, I'll second that.
Roll call, David,
Yes.
John,
Yes,
Jennifer,
Yes.
Don, Marge,
Yes,
Did we lose Don?
I think so.
I thought I heard him say
I
yes.
talked to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I see.
Do we have any drawings that you guys are looking at? I don't have anything.
They were in an email, and it was a link to a Dropbox.
Oh, okay, I guess I didn't get that.
Let's see here. The date
it's on
of,
the, I'm sorry, Jen.
the date of the email was January 19th.
And it's on the email regarding the agenda and the minutes.
Correct.
And thank you, Michael.
Okay. We all done here?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm there.
One down.
Right here, see where's the Dropbox?
Yeah,
So you just click on this tab over here.
yeah, I just need to.
It looks like Dustin James is representing the next case,
I lost it
I
again.
believe.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Here,
I need to go on my next print.
we closed it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Nice.
Yes, are we ready?
Yes.
Okay.
I think, John, do you need a minute, John?
Yeah, I'll be all right. Go on. I already looked at them earlier, so I got an idea what's going on.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah,
We're
keep
just
going.
proposing a new sign for Belltone over on 8900 Darrell Road, Suite H, 105, Twinsburg, Ohio. As you can see from the renderings, this is just updating what they have. I'm not even 100% sure if it's LED inside the existing sign or neon. I'm not sure, but it's going to be LED, which is definitely the way to go. More efficient with electricity, and the reliability of the product is really good. And it's basically a like for like situation. Color is a little bit fresher, and besides that, it's pretty much the same sign.
Yeah. The trim cap, I guess, is the same color as the acrylic face.
The trim cap is in blue. It's right in the one print. It shows 1 inch trim cap in the same blue as the face. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the illumination says white LEDs front lit.
Correct.
Okay.
And the raceway is looks like it's some type of cream color, beige or.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they color matched it to the brick background there, and that's the way to set it. Let it fade into the background and let
Right.
it speak for itself.
Yeah, yeah. It looks good. I like the logo on the left of it too. So I'll move to approve it as submitted.
Thank you, sir.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Roll call, David,
Yes, but
John,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
Marge,
Yes,
Don, Don, you still there?
Yes.
Yeah, got it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, folks. Have a good evening. Thank you.
You too.
Ryan, what kind of a business is this? I know they're going in where the old Gander Mountain was.
I believe I heard it's something like they get like kind of the discounts or leftovers from like Amazon or Target, like a big box store, and sell it at a discount, I believe.
Okay,
One of
They
the
get that much stuff
vendors
that they
thinks-
would have that much square footage, huh?
Yeah.
I also heard they're thinking about putting a coffee shop in there with it eventually.
Yeah. So they're keeping the mountains from Gander Mountain and using that as part of their new logo.
That's correct. This is Gil Macias with Fast Signs in Twinsburg. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. They're keeping the same facade that exists today.
And the same color green, it looks like. It's gonna
Correct.
match it. Okay.
Yeah, they're just going to touch it up where it needs, where the color has faded.
Is it illuminated?
It is. It's a LED internally illuminated sign.
Okay. So just the white lights up.
The whites, correct. So the magnifying glass, the whole the green part of the magnifying glass will light up, but the individual letters will light up, and then the two bars between finders and keepers will also light up.
Right. How do you know how? Well, I guess what 12 inches wide, so it'll be out about 12 inches from the face of the building.
You mean from a
12 inch
depth?
width is.
From a depth perspective? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah,
Yeah. Give me 1 second, and I'll tell
because
you.
there wasn't a section of the sign in here, so it's.
Give me 1 second. I believe the letters are. What is this? So the raceway is 5 by 5. The letters are. They're a standard depth there, but they're usually 4 inches. It wasn't in the pre-finished documentation we provided, but they're typically 4 to 5 inches in depth, and then the raceway is 5 by 5, and so we're looking at a total depth of 10 inches or less.
Okay.
well, it says here, individual letters 23 inches high by 12 inches wide and magnifying glass diameter 5 feet. Does that sound right?
Correct. That's the height and the width of the individual letters and the
Right.
magnifying glass. That's correct.
Right.
Okay. Are you only going to have it on the side with the entrance doors? Or are you going to have it on the other side also?
No, on the other side, they still haven't decided what they want to do, but they're not going to put the same signage on the side. They're going to come
Okay.
up with a secondary sign to complement the front, but that has not been designed yet.
Okay,
So we would have to come back again for review once that's finalized.
correct.
All right.
Okay. I think
Is
it looks well considered for the site, for the building that it's on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there also what do you call them? I forgot the term now. But a sign out on 91.
Oh, the
There is a
monument.
monument sign as well. Again, we have not finalized the design, so we will have to come back for that once we finalize that.
Okay. All right.
I'll make a motion to approve it as submitted.
I'll second.
All right.
Jennifer,
Yes.
Marge,
Yes,
Don, David,
Yes.
and John.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good evening, everyone.
All right, you too. Take care.
Ryan, do you know when Domino's is opening?
I do
I
not
don't.
know.
Oh, I thought you said,
Maureen?
sorry, you said Ryan. Oh, no, I don't know.
No, do you
No.
know, Maureen?
No, I don't know. No, I haven't heard.
Are you anxious for some pizza?
I love Domino's pizza.
Yeah.
I've always wondered why there hadn't been one in the area near
Yeah,
here.
you have to go into Solon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing that it's next to Subway though? And then the basement opened and
Yeah.
And the liquor store is right there too. So you got everything
Yeah.
you need.
Yeah, and the bar's opening up unless that something changed since then. Right?
it's
it's already-
open.
It's open. Yeah.
Mhm.
They're open
It
for
is
lunch
open?
for sure. Yeah,
I can't remember the name of it already, but
The basement.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Not
Yeah.
that I've been running out to bars or anything lately.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
right.
oh
Haven't
yeah,
had
I
any.
know. I see your tracks in the snow. I follow them where you go.
Yeah, the only time we've been out was in about the last week was yesterday to go take Van to get her shot.
For
Yeah.
sure. Me too.
We do takeout sometimes, but that's about it. I have to get materials, but I go very early in the morning. I get whatever I can delivered now.
Yeah. All right. What's next?
Just so you guys are updated, I think they're getting closer on council chambers, so you might be closer to kind of back to a hybrid meeting where the attendees are virtual and you guys can kind of actually see plans. And
Yeah, right.
with the new MyGov, the more web-based system, one thing that they'll start doing once you come back in person is instead of a physical stamp, there's going to be a form that you guys just sign and check off, and then that'll get scanned into the system. So that's kind of one little change with our new system that will be coming when we go back to some type of in-person or hybrid.
Right. So that might be next meeting. You don't know.
Potentially. Yeah, they're getting closer with it. It'll be an option, or if you guys want to stay virtual, you're welcome to do that too. It's whatever you guys
Yeah.
are comfortable with.
Yeah. And
No,
I'll go on.
Depending on the agenda, if it's small meetings and sign cases, I'm comfortable with the virtual. It's when we have the larger projects that come through with the real, drawing sets that we need to review. Those
Mhm.
ones might be better to do in person. So I don't know if it's possible to determine virtual or in person based on the agenda, but
Yeah, it makes sense to me too.
then that makes somebody the decision maker, whether it's a virtual or and that would probably come from the building department when you put together the agenda. If it's, I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's just how I feel. I mean, I don't know how you make the rules to make it fair, but that's how I feel. If it's small agendas and more signage and small projects with not a lot of supporting documents, doing it virtually is fine. But when we have those larger drawing sets, larger projects, projects that have a lot of prominence in the community, a lot of presence on the main streets, those ones would be nice to be able to really see the drawings and
Okay.
Well, and if it's not safe, I'm sure there's probably ways you could get the drawings delivered to them in one way or another. Though we used to do that years ago. You would get the drawings before the meetings, didn't you, at some point? And
We
were able
did.
to do them. Yeah. So I'm sure that there's probably a way that could
Yeah.
be worked out if people aren't feeling safe getting together or getting into the room. Just an option so you can
Yeah,
get
that
a
sounds good.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan, what else did you have?
It was just that you'll be signing off on a sheet instead of stamping and passing a plan
Oh,
for
okay.
when you come back to some type of in person at some point.
Marge, you gonna still retire?
Yes,
So
Yes.
that's why they're getting rid of the whole stamping. We just can't do it without you, Mark.
Yeah.
oh, geez, Jen, thanks, honey.
Nobody has that right touch to get the stamp down good.
I had that for many years. Yeah,
You had the stamp job?
yeah, I did for probably 10 years. So Marge came back.
Yeah.
So I'll get a hold of Shannon tomorrow or send her something.
Okay.
You're gonna re-up, right, John?
Yeah, I plan on it. Unless they
Okay.
have other plans, I'm fine with it, but I don't mind giving back here a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 6:32.
Second,
Marge,
Yes,
David,
yes.
Oh.
John,
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
and Don. I got yours too.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Okay,
thank you.
thanks. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, good
Thanks.
to see you.
bye,
Be
everybody.
good.
Bye-bye.